Well, news emerging from Damascus, where twin explosions have taken place near the Four Seasons Hotel, where French President Macron was staying during his visit to Damascus. Latest updates say 18 people have been injured in the blast reported from Syria's capital of Damascus. Amongst the injured are 4 police personnel. Atul Ranjan is with us live on this story. Atul, 18 people have been injured now in these explosions. 4 policemen are also amongst those wounded.
Well, yes, the Syrian authorities are confirming that at least 18 people have been injured in this case, and which also includes 4 security persons. Now, what we see, the visuals that have been emerging of the bomb blast, you can clearly see, at least one of the visuals clearly shows that at least several people were around a spot when that bomb, busted, and that is what has led to these numbers that we are witnessing now. Obviously, French president was near that, in that hotel. He stayed there overnight, spent the entire night in that, Four Seasons Hotel, where earlier in the day he also, in fact, conducted a meeting with civil society members of Syria, and then proceeded to the palace where he was supposed to meet the Syrian president. But right after he moved from the Four Seasons Hotel, 2 back-to-back blasts rocked the entire area. But what we are learning is that there could be certainly at least 3 to 4 deaths as well. However, the reports haven't been confirmed yet. But so far, we can certainly confirm that at least 18 people have been injured, while death cannot be ruled out in this matter as well.
All right, more breaking updates also now that we're tracking. The twin blasts in Damascus involved a double bombing, with reports claiming a second IED was detonated to target the first rescuers and people who rushed to the scene after the initial explosion. Atul Ranjan is with us for more on this story. Atul, a second blast targeted reportedly the first responders of the first explosion. Was that the modus operandi?
Well, yes, and in fact, this also follows a pattern, if you see, because a week earlier as well, a blast near cafe, or in fact, a twin blast near a cafe sort of followed the same pattern, of sort of aiming to target the first responders. Here too, what we see is that, the first blast hit soon after Macron's motorcade left for the presidential palace. Now, what the footage that we have been showing is that shows clearly flames and smoke coming out from the, emanating from the side, while a second explosion was quickly happened at a car. In fact, what we're learning is it could be a possibly when an ambulance, that sort of, was caught under the blast. Now what we're learning is that, obviously some 2 dozen people had already gathered by then. Obviously, the emergency personnel who were, working towards, getting control over the blaze and smoke and flame. But certainly the second blast seems to have damaged and, maybe caused more injuries in this, this incident.
All right, more breaking news, in fact, now also that we're tracking this hour.